Warmer, up into the 60s by Sunday, close to 70 midweek, and another cold front will be on the way. I'm going to have your detailed forecast. KTSM 9 News starts right now.
Coming up, an El Paso police officer is facing termination for allegedly helping a drug dealer. The details on the case. Plus, the offer that's on the table for any information that leads to an arrest in connection to the trail derailment in Vado.
And it's the final week of the high school football regular season. Baby, it's cold outside, but we're bringing the heat on 9 Overtime coming up at 10:15.
From the station putting local first, this is KTSM 9 News at 10.
Investigators now believe that a train that was derailed in Vado, New Mexico may have intentionally been caused by somebody. The reward that is now being offered for information that leads to the arrest of the suspect is coming up in just a few minutes. But first, we do have breaking news tonight. A New York federal judge is restoring the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, otherwise known as DACA. The judge ordered the Trump administration to restore DACA to its pre-2017 status. The judge also ordered Homeland Security to post a public notice by Monday on its website to accept first-time applications. And we now have a clearer picture on which hospitals here in El Paso will receive the first doses of the coronavirus vaccine. According to the Texas Department of State Health Services, a total of 5 hospitals here in El Paso will get the first doses. University Medical Center will receive close to 3,000 vaccines on its first week of the distribution. The plan isn't finalized yet and could change depending on what the CDC has to say about the proposal. To see the full distribution plan, head on over to our website at ktsm.com and click on this story. 15 more lives in El Paso have now been lost to COVID-19. Here's a look at the latest coronavirus data. The death toll in El Paso is now inching closer to the 1,000 mark. The health department says 600 deaths are still under investigation tonight. 570 new cases were also reported today. Health leaders say there are still more than 37,000 active cases. And COVID-related hospitalizations in El Paso continue to decline. According to the newest data, there are 826 people in the hospital because of the virus. That's a decrease of 46 from yesterday. There are also 290 patients being treated in the ICU and 216 others on ventilators. Some El Pasoans tell KTSM that they're choosing to quarantine on their own without getting tested. Josie Pacheco says back in July, some family members started showing symptoms, so they all quarantined but didn't get tested. She added that her son died shortly after they started feeling symptoms, and it was determined weeks later his death was COVID-related.
It took a couple of weeks before we, got any type of cause, of death. First it was pending, and later on, about a month later, they amended it saying it was COVID. They did find the virus in his blood system.
Josie says a short while after her son passed away, the city health department task force contacted her and asked her to get tested for the coronavirus. She says she was still positive and was told to quarantine for 10 more days. The UTEP football team will be playing its final home game in Denton. That's because North Texas would not agree to come to El Paso because of the rising COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations. The game was originally scheduled to be played on Halloween at the Sun Bowl. The match will now take place on December 11th. The Miners have not played a home game since September. Tonight, an El Paso police officer is in trouble with the law for allegedly helping a local drug dealer. Federal agents arrested Officer Monica Garcia. Investigators say she allegedly worked with a man named Fred Sines. They both reportedly conspired to distribute cocaine. Detectives say Garcia used her power within EPPD to let Sines know which vehicles were associated with undercover operations. Both suspects remain in custody tonight.
Compromise is within reach. We know where we agree. We can do this.
We believe that with good faith negotiations, we could very well come to an agreement.
With federal benefits set to expire at the end of the month, struggling workers are now demanding that Washington do its job. Lawmakers continue to debate over a new coronavirus relief bill. Right now, members of Congress are focusing on a $900 billion bipartisan compromise. It includes money for small businesses and unemployment, but no stimulus checks. President Trump has stated that he would sign a new COVID stimulus package into law.
164, the bill.
Act or the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Bill would remove marijuana from the Federal Controlled Substances Act. It would also clear the way to erase nonviolent federal marijuana convictions. Across New Mexico now, Doña Ana County saw a decrease in new positive cases and deaths compared to yesterday. The New Mexico Department of Health reports 4 new deaths and 224 positive cases today. Total deaths just shy of 210, and the total number of positive cases at more than 14,000. Recoveries are near 5,000. And there is now a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of the person who allegedly caused a train to derail in Vado. BNSF Railways believes someone intentionally placed railroad ties on the tracks, which caused the train to crash. The company said the wreckage was cleared up by Thursday and normal operations have resumed. Anyone with information is asked to call the crime tip hotline at the number you see right there on the bottom of your screen. Well, it was quite chilly tonight in the borderland. Robert, what's the weather like for this weekend?
Well, Tatiana, another hard freeze tonight. Not quite as cold as last night. It's back to the 60s by Sunday, near 70 midweek, and another front. I'm going to have your detailed forecast, and you're watching KTSM 9 News.
The savings just got better at Paso Toyota during Toyotathon. It's time to stop waiting and start saving on a new 2021 Corolla LE for $179 a month. At Paso Toyota, you'll find great prices and a huge selection of new and used vehicles. The holiday season is in full gear, and so is Happy Honda Days at El Paso Honda. It's the perfect season to get a great deal on a new 2020 Honda CR-V LX for $209 a month. Get your Happy Honda Days deal here at El Paso Honda.
Hey, Stock, you up?
Yep, I am always up.
You know what time it is?
It's Thanksgiving time.
You'll wake the whole city.
That's the point, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. It's Thanksgiving only at First Light. This year, give more thanks than ever before. With a First Light Federal Credit Union special holiday loan. Apply today while these rates last. First Light Federal Credit Union, your Thanksgiving credit union.
Hey, do you think they know we talked?
They know now.
It's getting colder, oh so wrong. Mom, look! Are you okay? Feeling like I'm shut out in a world.
Head home this holiday with the one you love. Visit your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today for exceptional lease and financing offers at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event.
Brought to you by Conviva Care Centers. Thank you to our dedicated team members who are going above and beyond to help keep our patients safe during these challenging times, and for your commitment to stop the spread of COVID-19. Thank you for cleaning and disinfecting our centers, for making sure everyone wears a mask and practices social distancing, and for taking the time to check on our patients by phone between visits. Conviva Care Centers thanks you for building personal contacts with our patients. It never mattered more. To our doctors, nurses, care team, and staff, thank you. Your experience and expertise in dealing with senior health has given us the assurance to meet today's difficulties head-on. Without you, there would be no Conviva. So thank you for helping our patients age well. And for believing the most important part of aging well is staying well. Conviva Care Centers.
The holiday season is in full gear, and so is Happy Honda Days at El Paso Honda. It's the perfect season to get a great deal on a new 2020 Accord LX for $199 a month. Get your Happy Honda Days deal here at El Paso Honda. The savings just got better at Paso Toyota during Toyotathon. It's time to stop waiting and start saving on a new 2020 Camry LE for $219 a month. At Paso Toyota, you'll find great prices and a huge selection of new and used vehicles.
Very cold this morning, 21 degrees at the airport. 54 was our official high temperature today. That's about 5 degrees below normal. Record 76 set back in 1889. Thought it was cold here? Look at these lows. 16 Alamogordo, 17 Deming, 22 TRC, 18 in Las Cruces this morning. Will be a little bit warmer overnight tonight, but still a hard freeze. Here are the highs. 50 for Alamogordo, 54 Deming, 53 Silver City, and 51 for Van Horn. Now we can expect temperatures to go up a bit tomorrow. We'll have some clouds in the morning, but then a mostly sunny afternoon and a high temperature of 59 degrees. We do have a low pressure system spinning south of Juarez right now, and it is producing a couple of drops out over the far east side of the county near Horizon and over into parts of Hudspeth and Culberson County. Some light snow flurries coming down with this system, and we are likely to see them tomorrow morning as well. A little zone east of El Paso County over to the southern portion of the Panhandle. Here are the low temperatures tonight. 24 Alamogordo, 21 Deming, 24 Las Cruces, and 25 for Van Horn. High temperatures tomorrow, warming up. 56 Alamogordo, 58 for Deming, 56 TRC, 54 for Truth or Consequences. 24 low temperature in Las Cruces tonight with clear skies and light winds. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, 56 the high temperature, so starting to come back from the cold, chilly weather. 26 low temperature at the International Airport tonight, but a little bit colder down in the valley, about 23. 59 the high temperature for tomorrow. That will be right at normal and a lot of sunshine by the afternoon. Long range forecast, we can expect temperatures to go up. On Sunday, we'll be going back to the 60s. 65 degrees the high temperature. Sunshine on Monday with a high of 67. The weather gets downright gorgeous for a few days. 69 Tuesday, 70 and breezy on Wednesday, our warmest day. But then clouds and showers on Thursday with a high temperature of only 64. Windy on Friday and 67. And a cold front takes us down to a blustery 53 degrees next Saturday. Tatiana?
Well, that does it for us, but don't go anywhere. 9 Overtime is up next.
Kennedy Law Firm. Injured in an accident? Call 544-5200.
You can sleep through a 100-year comment.
Did I miss it?
But you can't sleep through my breakfast because it's served all day, every day.
Thanks, Jack.
Try my $3.99 French Toast Sticks Jumbo Breakfast Platter, part of my all-day, everyday breakfast.
The holidays are a time for giving.
To your friends, your family,
To your teachers.
in that spirit of giving, Chevy's proud to give our employee discount to everyone. The Chevy price you pay
Is what we pay. Not a cent more.
because giving and giving back is what the holidays are all about.
Use your Chevy employee discount for everyone to get a total value of over $8,500 on this Silverado Texas edition.
Get the Chevy employee discount for everyone today.
No payments until spring 2021. During Shamali Ford's 2020 closeout sale, get our best year-end savings on hundreds of vehicles across our lot. Take your pick and get $11,000 off the MSRP on a 2020 F-150 XLT or a 2020 Expedition XLT. $11,000 off. And don't make a payment until spring 2021. Plus, closeout lease and financing options that put you behind the wheel today. At I-10 and Lee Trevino, right on the corner, right on the price. ShamaliFord.com.
Welcome to Toyotathon.
Hey.
Ready for a great deal?
You know it.
With savings on Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more, it really is the most magical time of the year. Can you pretend you didn't see this?
But I'm seeing it.
During Toyotathon, get $1,000 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a stylish new 2021 Corolla LE for only $169 a month. Hurry in today.
You never know what you'll find at Toyotathon. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
As a barber, nothing's gonna beat my shave. Especially for guys who tend to get razor bumps from ordinary razors at home. So when they can't see me, there's Gillette Skin Guard, a razor that's made different and designed just for men with skin that's easily irritated. It flattens the skin and lifts the blade for a shave that's closer than a trimmer but not too close for comfort. I mean, it's just right.
All right.
My God.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Your mother is a special lady, and on her special day, you promised her a special celebration. But if slow upload speeds won't let your video call through because you have cable, just remember, you're not a bad son. You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers a faster internet experience with 20 times faster upload speeds than cable. Get AT&T Fiber, plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877, only ATT.
You can sleep through the game of the year.
What'd I miss?
But you can't sleep through my breakfast because it's served all day, every day.
Thanks, Jack.
Try my $3.99 French Toast Sticks Jumbo Breakfast Platter, part of my all-day, everyday breakfast.
TSM's 9 Overtime, the award-winning high school football wrap-up show. Your hosts, Andy Morgan, Colin Deferred, Ed Stansberry, Coach Rick Hernandez, and Stephanie Shields. KTSM's 9 Overtime, sponsored by Expert HVAC and Refrigeration, starts now.
Welcome to another edition of 9 Overtime. I'm your host, Andy Morgan, Colin Dever, Stephanie Shields, Ed Stansberry, and the coach, Rick Hernandez. They'll be joining me from the field tonight. Week 10 of the high school football season. Can you believe it? The final week of the regular season. We made it. Of course, we'll be back here for our playoff edition of 9 Overtime next week. And speaking of the playoffs, still a lot to be decided coming into the night. District championships and playoff spots up for grabs across the city, and that includes our game of the week, Parkland hosting Canutillo with the District 1-5A Division II championship up for grabs. It was winner take all. These are the matchups at the end of the season. A sportscaster, well, we dream of. Everything falling perfectly into place in these two teams, two of the best programs in the city. Canutillo coming in a perfect 3-0 in district play, 4-0 overall. Parkland also 3-0 in district play, 5-1 overall. In fact, the Matadors winners of their last 5 games coming into this one. And how about this? First quarter action, it's Jacarius Lewis scrambling, breaking ankles all the way into the end zone. Lewis, man, what an athlete this kid is. He makes it 6-0 Parkland, and it's Marco Bonin going to take the carry straight up the gut. That gave the Matadors a 14-0 lead. That was the score at the half. Second half, Eagles going to get on the board. L.J. Martin on the direct snap. We've seen the sophomore. He's been doing this all season long. Just a sophomore, ladies and gentlemen. That cuts the Parkland lead in half, but the Matadors would not be denied. Lewis, we saw him hurt the defense with his legs. Now he's showing off the arm to Dwayne Ford for the touchdown. Parkland wins it 28-14. The Matadors capturing their 3rd straight district championship. They'll be the 1 seed hosting Austin next week in the bi-district round. What more can you say about the Matadors? Seems like every year we're talking about them losing players to graduation, and then every year we say they don't rebuild, they reload. Eric Franz has done that again in 2020. 9 Overtime, Stephanie Shields was on the sideline at Matador Stadium for this one. She filed this week's Coaches Spotlights.
Hey Andy, Parkland was out here celebrating tonight, and rightfully so, as they took the title for district championships, but the season is not over and the attention is now shifted to playoffs. Parkland coming into this game on a hot 5-game winning streak and Canutillo undefeated, but the Matadors putting a stop to that tonight. Parkland head coach Eric Franz says he was proud of his quarterback and the efforts from his team, especially with the challenges this season brought on by the virus. This one's a three-peat for Coach Franz, but he says this one feels a little different from the past 2.
Nothing this year was the same, nothing that we've done in the years past. Everything this year was different, from practice to pregame to there's so many things that we had to overcome. Like I said, we put a lot of it on our kids, and they did a great job.
Now here with me, I have 9 Overtime's very own Coach Rick Hernandez to analyze this game. Now, Coach, 2 very good teams out here tonight. We have Canutillo and Parkland. How do you think these 2 teams did?
I'll tell you what, it was an exciting match. What better game could you have? 2 of the premier programs in the city, Coach Brooks with Canutillo Eagles, matching up with Coach Franz and the Parkland Matadors. As we know, Parkland Matadors prevailed, led by the quarterback Lewis, Jay Lewis, and Ford. I mean, some tremendous catching, quarterback receiver combinations. Ford is just off the charts tonight. However, Parkland's defense is the one that prevailed. Anytime there's an old saying, you can win games, you can win championships with defense. And tonight, in my opinion, the Matadors won with the defense.
So, Coach, with this season closing, the next step is the Greater El Paso Football Showcase Combine. How is that looking?
Well, the big announcement is, in spite of the COVID, in spite of all the challenges, we are looking to having a combine this year. However, there is a requirement. Senior football players, we must have at least 150 players registered by next Friday. And if we do, the combine is on, Steph.
Well, thank you, Coach. We're looking very much forward to that, and we'll see how that comes out.
We're looking forward to it, and go El Paso in the playoffs, and let's have a great combine.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Coach. That wraps up our 9 overtime game of the week for the high school football regular season. I'm Stephanie Shields at Parkland High School. Andy, back to you.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Coach. An excellent finish to our Game of the Week crew for the high school football regular season. But this wasn't the only district championship game taking place tonight. The stakes just as high over at Conquest Stadium. Del Valle hosting El Dorado with the District 1-5A Division I championship on the line. Almost like we have a co-game of the week this week. Del Valle is certainly the favorite coming into this matchup, winners of their last 3, but by virtue of their win over Chapin, El Dorado still in this thing. We open in the first quarter, Luis Ponce getting into the end zone. Typically you see Joel Serrano taking that play into the end zone, but the Conquistadores switching it up, and then later in the corner, it's Serrano time. Andres Gutierrez sets him up perfectly on the screen, and Serrano had a whole convoy down the field and into the end zone. That put Del Valle up 13-0 early. El Dorado, they would respond, however, on the first play of the second quarter. Quincy Estrada to Chris Harris. That's a touchdown. Aztecs would go for 2 and convert, so the lead cut to 5, 13-8. But there was just too much Del Valle in this one. Too many weapons. How about Gutierrez to Sebastian Villalobos? How about the awareness right there with the hurdle and his teammates? Absolutely loving it. Del Valle cruises to the district championship, 44-26 the final. Conquistadores going to be a tough out, whoever they get in the playoffs. And with that, Del Valle, they're going to be the 1 seed in district heading into next week's by district round. Always a big